Right. I believe we are live now. So, without further ado, what's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today with Kaiju Chill O'Clock episode 16. I see we had 3 people on in there. We already got 3 likes. Thank you guys so much. Atomic blast that like button. There you go. Gojira851, you already was there. I can't see comments pop up before the stream. So, sorry for not getting to you sooner, but I am doing great. Thank you for asking. Hope everyone else is having a great day. But, yeah, no, I'm doing awesome. Really glad to be here, like always. And we'll just wait for a few more people to come on through before we really get going. But I thank you for those of you who are waiting. Again, just seeing that number, even though it's really tiny, it makes my day. You know, again, I appreciate that you guys appreciate this show. So, not a whole heck of a lot has been going on. It's been kind of another bland week. Things are gonna start picking up though here this next month. Next weekend, of course, is Tucson Comic-Con. So, looking forward to that. I will be at that. I'm actually thinking about maybe even holding off on like buying and pre-ordering stuff, just so maybe I can see what some of the vendors and dealers have there, for starters. That way I'm not on too tight of a budget for Tucson Comic-Con, and then that way, if there's really not a whole heck of a lot at Tucson Comic-Con, then boom, I have my budget still, and I can pre-order, things like the SH Monster Arts Hedra set. I'm actually wondering if there's a certain vendor that's going to be there. He'll usually have some Godzilla stuff and SH Monsters Arts stuff related. So I'm kind of wondering if someone's even going to have one there. Zillafan85, hey man, happy to be here. I have a bit of an announcement. 822 marked 10 years that I've had my Google account / YouTube channel. I didn't start uploading till 2018, but still noteworthy. That is awesome, man. Pretty close to me. You've been around pretty much one more year longer than I have. Next year is my 10-year anniversary for the channel. Reptile7876, what's up? Guys, thank you so much for being here for Kaiju Chill O'Clock Live. It's just always so much fun. This is already kicking off to a great start. But yeah, no, Tucson Comic-Con next weekend. So I'm kind of going to hold off. I know I said last show that I was going to pre-order the SH Monster Arts Hedra this weekend, but I think I'm going to hold off on that and see if the SH Monster Arts Hedra doesn't pop up at Tucson Comic-Con, and then I can just get it locally and bing bada boom. And if it is there, of course, see what the price is. Usually at cons, some things are a little more inflated than retail. But if it is there, I may try to hold out till like the last day of the con, because as everybody knows, for cons, G-Fest, whatnot, the last day, that's the day that a lot of vendors and dealers are more open to negotiating, price and whatnot. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to Tucson Comic-Con next weekend. Reptile7076, I got to watch the Batman. What did you think of it, man? I liked it. I thought it was a nice take. Gojira851, idea for your con title. BombCon, Big Ol' Monster Con. Nah, that's not bad. Not a bad name. But I think I'm going to stick with it, being the Tucson Kaiju Festival. Maybe if it grows enough, then I can, by some fat chance, it does get big enough, and then maybe I can expand to, like, not necessarily far away, but I can, like, hold it in, like, neighboring states. You know what I mean? So then I could, call it BombCon. But I think I'm just going to stick with the Tucson Kaiju Festival for right now. But that is a good name. I will keep that in the back burner just in case, by, again, a big chance that the Tucson Kaiju Festival grows big enough to where then I can host it in New Mexico or Nevada or California, Colorado, maybe even like Oklahoma, possibly maybe Texas. But again, that's just wishful thinking. But then I could maybe call it that. So that would be definitely a good idea, and I would definitely give you credit for that name, Gojira851. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. Zillafan85, I'm holding off at the moment. I also really want the NECA Dracula and Creatures from the Black Lagoon figures that are upcoming. I agree. I'm definitely looking forward to the Creature of the Black Lagoon, as that is my favorite Universal monster. And you guys are just on fire with the comments already. Reptile 7876, really enjoyed it. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And then Zillafan thanking Gojira851. Guys, thank you guys so much for being here with me live. So now that all that is rest aside, what's on the menu as far as today? Well, I'm kind of disappointed, but at the same time, I'm also not surprised. Something that I had on pre-order, it's shipped, and I actually was like, ooh, that would be kind of cool if it arrived in time for episode 16, and then maybe do like a live box day showcase. But I'm thinking this is gonna have to wait till next week, because it should be here by then. Anyway, though, from Waxwork Records, you guys, if you guys haven't checked them out, or if you're not into the vinyl record buying game, that's okay. But there's a particular record set that I've been talking about that they have been anticipating the release of. And the War of the Gargantuas got pressed and finalized, and it was finished about a month early. So they've been shipping out the War of the Gargantuas soundtracks. Mine has shipped. It has yet to leave Louisiana, New Orleans, though. So I was hoping, I had my fingers crossed. I mean, it's still over there in New Orleans, and it's been there for maybe almost a day and a half, 2 days now. But I was kind of just hoping, oh, maybe it'll be here and I can do a live box day or something, because that would be really cool. But so that'll probably have to wait till next week. The box day, I don't know when it's going to. It should finally leave New Orleans today. If it doesn't, I don't know what's going on. But it should finally leave New Orleans today. So that'll be coming in. So be on the lookout for the box day for that. And then, of course, next week, probably be showcasing that record. But really excited for it. I love the War of the Gargantua soundtrack. Zillafan85, Gilman is one of my favorites too. By the way, let me know when you want me to join your stream. I had some ideas for us to talk about Dragon Ball and some Big G topics. Sounds great, man. We'll try to throw something together. I was looking into other ways that we could do it, and the sad part is that the budget that I'm on right now, I almost can't afford like a good like, let's say like what Nick Adams from the Monster Report uses, like StreamYard. I can't really even though it's not very expensive, I can't fit that into the budget right now, because then I also have stuff going on with home stuff. So it's really hard for me to fit in something like that, because then I looked into what are ways that I can connect with people over YouTube Live, like we are here, which is what we would do. And a lot of the services, they're just really bad camera quality. And I really don't want to put something out that's not of any good quality. But we will stream together eventually when the stars align right, and we'll nail it. We just want it to be good quality. We don't want the picture to be fuzzy or the frame rate to be bad. Me and Zillafan85 would want you guys to have the best, as best as possible content as we could put out. Gojira851, hey man, don't wait to unbox that record you're unboxing and have it as an appetizer in next week's chill. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait to unbox that record. You're unboxing and have it as an appetizer. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like if it comes in, I'm not just gonna wait to unbox it. I'm gonna have the box day video on it at this point because it should be here before next week's episode. But that's what I'm saying is I'll have the box day video for it like normal. And it just would have been nice if it would have been like a live box day today. That would have been cool. Plus, I'm ready. I was ready for it. I'll show you guys the shirt that I'm wearing in a minute. Yeah, no, next week I definitely will be showcasing it like I've showcased other records on the Chill O'Clocks. And, probably maybe even watch War of the Gargantuas next week. But the way I'd probably do that is I'd showcase the record here on YouTube, but I'd wait to watch War of the Gargantuas till I move to the Facebook and Instagram segments to where then I can rotate the camera and we can watch War of the Gargantuas together. So, and I'm not sure what day Kaiju Chill O'Clock's going to be on next week, just because with it being Tucson Comic-Con weekend, it starts Friday, but not till later in the day. So I'm thinking maybe next week, Kaiju Chill O'Clock episode 17 will be on Friday, but I might do it Thursday again. I'm not sure. It just really depends. But I mean, doing a Kaiju Chill O'Clock before heading downtown to Tucson Comic Con for the evening next Friday would be fun. So I think I'm leaning towards doing it on Friday, but we'll see. But yeah, probably do all that next week. And so, you guys, I have on one of my custom-made T-shirts that I had made for myself. I was kind of ready for it. I was kind of sad that it hasn't moved yet from New Orleans. But I have my custom War of the Gargantuas Paramount VHS artwork T-shirt that I had custom-made for myself on today. So really, I mean, the lettering's backwards, I think, for you guys, unless it's mirrored on your guys' end. I don't know. But yeah, so I was ready for the box day today, and there's Fred. He's not ready for Kaiju Chill O'Clock, obviously. Look at him. He's already out like a light. But readjust the camera here. Sorry for rocking you guys around. But yeah, no, I was ready for that box day today. Was kind of hoping to do it live, but oh well. It's okay. But as far as what's on the menu for today, let me see on the comments. Reptile7876, that's a cool t-shirt. Thank you, man. I love all the custom t-shirts I had made for myself. Again, I took a lot of the VHS artworks from when I was a kid. And I just had this local shop here in town who does, custom printing on shirts and stuff. And I just had them print me out t-shirts. I bought the t-shirt, I bought the blank shirts at a local hobby store, and I picked out the colors that would match with the images. So this is like a really nice light purple, and I think it blends really well. And I have a few t-shirts that are this same color. The Paramount Godzilla King of the Monsters artwork, I have that one. The Paramount Godzilla Mothra vs. Godzilla artwork, I got that on a t-shirt. And those are the same type of color t-shirt. So I bought the t-shirts myself from a local hobby store because it was cheaper that way. That way the company's not providing the shirt, I'm providing the shirt. So that helped out with the price and why I was able to get so many custom t-shirts done for myself. They had really good pricing. And so I was able to do that and just take pretty much almost all the VHS, artwork covers from when I was a kid, the Paramount ones. There was a few others, Gorgo, Reptilicus, Beast of 20,000 Fathoms, Giant Behemoth, stuff like that, and was just able to plaster them on t-shirts. So, yeah, no, I was ready for War of the Gargantuas today, but that's okay. Next week for sure. And then, of course, the box day in between. Zillavan85, great shirt, and Fred looks super comfy. I think your record is delayed because Russ Tamblyn was being difficult to work with again. It's a possibility. Russ Tamblyn could have kicked open the door down there at Waxworks and gave him hell or something. But As far as what's on the menu for today on my end, you guys, gonna get it started here, but I figured we'd pick up kinda with the idea of what I was doing last week, and we'll just do a Millennium series movie and watch Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. I was going to do this one last week, but then Nick Adams informed that it was the anniversary of Godzilla 2000 in American theaters. So instead, subbed out this movie for Godzilla 2000, and then I was like, oh, I'll just save Godzilla against Mechagodzilla for next week. So that's what we're going to be doing. Just going to get it right on started. We're about a little over 15, almost 16 minutes in. Not doing too bad, but that's what's going to be on the menu for today on my end. Again, not my favorite series, have to be in a particular mood for Millennium, but I figured, I haven't seen this one in a minute. It's not too bad. I for a Millennium movie, it's not one of my favorites, but it's watchable. For me, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla is more watchable than Tokyo SOS for me. I don't know, that's just me. I like this one more than Tokyo SOS. I know Tokyo SOS has a pretty big fan base. A lot of people like that movie. But I prefer against Mechagodzilla. What else has been going on? Probably after this movie and when I go to move to the other segments, I'm probably going to dabble in some Showa. I always feel like Showa movies. Probably going to watch, if you guys tune in to the second segment on the Facebook Live and then the third segment on Instagram Live, join me for probably, I feel like Godzilla versus the Sea Monster today. So probably going to watch Ebirah Horror of the Deep. So look forward to that later on in the stream today on the other platforms. But let's make this first segment awesome. Akane Yoshiro is my favorite Millennium character. She's good. Again, strong female, protagonists. They've existed before all this madness started happening and thinking that they weren't being treated equally. We had strong women in the Kaiju movies. Zillfan85, always agree with you on Millennium. I do prefer Tokyo SOS because Mothra's in it. Interesting. See, I'm not like a huge Mothra fan, so that's just me, but I understand it. The more monsters, the better, right? I feel X-Mechagodzilla and SOS are love letters to Showa. No, that is true, Gojira851. You are not wrong about that. What I love about Against Mechagodzilla that was cool is they brought back the Maser tanks. It was cool to see the Maser tanks, updated. You know what I mean? And I like that Godzilla's atomic breath also went back to blue. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, granted, a lot of the Millennium movies ignore pretty much everything else. Godzilla 2000 and then Megaguirus are nice follow-ups to each other, more or less. GMK almost feels like a filler Godzilla movie. You know what I mean? Because it's not the same Godzilla. It doesn't keep that same Millennium style. At least the X-Mechagodzilla and the Tokyo SOS kind of kept those same 2000 spines. You know what I mean? So in a way, you have 2000 Megaguirus, and then you have Mechagodzilla and Tokyo SOS. Those feel like a good connection, even though they're really not all connected at all, because they ignore everything in between. And again, GMK just feels more like a filler film. But I do like, though, again, that they brought back Godzilla's blue atomic breath. Not to say I didn't like 2000 and Megaguirus, but with it being like that orange, yellow, or whatever it was, you only really had that feeling when Godzilla was melting down, or when he was having those power-ups at the end of Mechagodzilla and Space Godzilla. So it's the orange yellow felt off, so I'm glad that they went back to the traditional blue, because I always liked the traditional blue. Yeah, I was never a fan of the other colored beams. It's always blue. What's something that could rhyme? Blue. Nah, I don't know. I'm not good at rhyming. What do we got here? Zillafan85, I should grab my Monster Arts Kiryu for this. This is an absolutely that is an absolutely fantastic figure. Yes, it is. I have mine. And actually, I might even take you guys over there for a minute. Well, maybe we'll get the title card, because you guys, one thing that I will let you know is I'll get to your comments in a second, Zillafan85, but man, this week has been kind of crazy. Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday, pretty much the morning hours before I head to work, because I have an evening shift at work. I work 3 to 11, and so I pretty much have the early mornings and afternoons to do stuff. I hate dusting. It's really hard for me to find the motivation to dust, especially with the collection. Even though I like it when it's clean and I'm very satisfied when I'm done, it's hard for me to get the motivation. But guys, this week, I know that you guys have noticed, I've mentioned that the past few streams, I finally did it. Everything is clean. Everything is dusted. Figures are wiped down. Shelves are wiped down. And Monday, I spent about 3-4 hours. Then Tuesday, I spent maybe another 3 hours. And then yesterday, probably about 30 to 45 minutes on the last part. So you put all that together, that's how long it took me to clean that entire room and shelves and figures and stuff. That's why it's hard to find the motivation. Even though breaking it up on the course of days, you put all that together, that's almost 10 hours. Oh, it's a pain in the butt. But everything's clean. I'll show you guys that here in a minute, and we can go take a look at the SH Monster Arts Kiryu. Zillafan85, I may not be crazy about GMK as a film, but I really do love Godzilla's design in the film. It harkens back to both 54 and Heisei area. Yes, it does. I'm with you. And, I'm not the biggest on GMK. GMK for me, Baragon. I really wish they kept, again, that original script to where it was Baragon, Varan, and Anguirus. And, they kept Baragon, but then they subbed out the other two for Ghidorah and Mothra because they were more popular. But I really would have loved if GMK kept the original script. I think it really would have been a gem of a Godzilla movie for sure if they did that. Zillafan85, agree on the beam. Red should be specific for the red spiral ray. Exactly what I'm saying. And then Gojira851 giving me things to rhyme with. Shu, gu, tu, fu. But I'm trying to think of I'm glad they went back to blue because it's cool. That's gangster talk though. Cool. It doesn't fit with me. It doesn't fit with my persona. So that's why I was like, it really doesn't rhyme for me. I'm glad they went back to blue because blue is what's cool in school. I don't know. Title card! Woo! Get the title card! And then we'll go take a look in the collection room really quick. As long as YouTube doesn't hit me with something stupid. Ba-boom! Alright, let's go take again. So yeah, no, I cleaned everything. I don't have the lights on today, you guys. I could turn on the lights for you if you want. Just because it's really not an overcast day. It's a pretty sunny day here in Tucson, so it's very hot. It rained a lot yesterday, so it's hot and it's humid and sticky. But as you can see, the shelves, very nicely cleaned. Figures. Wipe down. Everything looks nice. It's nice. It's glistening. Not glistening, but all the shelves look better. And if you guys remember from the past streams, like, I've been in this house a year. This is the first time I've cleaned this collection since moving. So the fact that there was still just a very thin layer of dust on everything, I can deal with maybe once a year. I can deal with cleaning maybe once a year. That's perfect for me. I can deal with that. But yeah, no, everything's nice and clean. And then there we go. SH Monster Arts Kiryu. I never got the other Kiryu from SH Monster Arts just because, again, I like the Against Mechagodzilla Kiryu better than the Tokyo SOS one. Just my opinion. But yeah, no, everything's nice and clean. It's good again. Talking about the history. Oh. I do like the fact about, like, using Godzilla's skeleton for the base of Mechagodzilla 2. That's pretty cool. Oh, let's see here. Let me make sure my comments are all good. Yep, I'm on live chat, so we're good there. And let's see. Zillafan85. Mrs. Doubtfire makes a wicked cup of cuckoo. Gojiri51. Best to be blue. You know what to do. What goes on a foot? A shoe. Hey, there you go. So you guys are better than I am at that. Zillafan85 knows what's up. Zillafan85, I need to dust soon too. That also rhymes. So I want to take note of how you did this, and if you had to dust each individual figure. So Zillafan85, I mean, no matter where you live, there's always going to be dust and dirt. I could imagine, with you being in Florida, there's probably a little less, dust and dirt. Being that I'm in the desert in Tucson, it gets very dry. Sometimes it gets windy, and of course that stirs up dirt. So, I mean, you almost can't avoid dust here, no matter what. A lot of people have even told me, why don't you get, like, glass cases, and put stuff in glass cases and stuff like that. Guys, you'd be surprised. Dust in Arizona still gets inside those cases. It just does. So, for me, it's like, nah, glass cases and other cases are not the way, because dust is going to get in there no matter what, especially out here in the desert. There's no escaping it. But the way I do it, Zillafan85, is I'll focus on one shelf at a time. I'll take all the figures off that shelf, and I start from top to bottom. So start at the top, work your way down, and I have, like, dusting microfiber cloths, reusable ones. But you can get reusable, you can get disposal. I mean, whatever you want at the end of the day. But I have a bunch of reusable ones. So the way that I do it is I start at one shelf, I take all the figures off, and then I wipe the shelf down. I wipe it down, I get the dust off of the shelf, and then when I go to put every individual figure back to where they were, I just dust them off with a microfiber cloth. Maybe blow them off with just, my air. I don't have any can of air or whatnot. Just because, again, it's like, eventually you're going to run out of the cans of air. And then to plug in my air compressor, it'd be noisy as hell inside, for one. And I really don't feel like doing it outside. So the air compressor's out of the picture. So I just use my own air from my mouth. I dust off the figure, I use my own air, and then I'll put them back where they were, and then vice versa. Then I move to the next shelf, remove all the figures, wipe it down, wipe each figure as I go to put it back. That's my process. And it works pretty well for me. Sometimes I've thought about what would it be like if I did a video of me cleaning the collection, but like, sped up the footage. That way you guys can kind of see my process. I've kind of wanted to dabble in that, but at the same time, I'm like, Like, I want to have more to add to it. And I really just haven't been able to pick my brain on that idea enough. Let me check on your guys' comments. Zillfan85, even though the skeleton evaporated in the original film. That is, yeah. Again, continuity in Godzilla, man. But you see, that's where I think Toho's like, you know what? These people don't care. They want the monsters. Just give them the monsters. You really think they care that much about continuity? Which, at the end of the day, can we just admit, yeah, we don't care. Sure, the skeleton dissolved in the original film. But you know what? This is a cool idea, so screw it. Gojir851, oh no, dust is rampant here in Florida. I invest in a dust spray for computers and paintbrushes. Or, did I read that right? Yeah, paintbrush. Okay. Man, that's crazy. I would have figured Florida being a little more of like a tropical climate. There wouldn't be... I mean, again, I know dust exists, but I wouldn't think it'd be, that crazy.
Yes, that's right.
But trust me, it gets bad here. I've seen some houses and stuff that need a major cleaning. Like, the dust has like a thick layer. So I'm always I'm a clean freak that way too. I keep everything well, even though I hate it, I keep everything as well dusted. I hate dusting though. It's so tedious to me. Zillafan85, yeah, but we have a ton of pollen here in Florida. That's true. Allergies to the max. That is true. That is true. I think the worst that we get here in Arizona, like there's flowers and pollen, but when the Palo Verde trees bloom and you get all those yellow flowers, and then those last for like a few weeks maybe, and then they all fall off, those are the worst. Those really kick up the allergies here in Arizona.
All of you. Japan needs you. People, the nation's fate is in your hands.
Got some new snacks on the menu today. My wife actually came across these when she was at Walgreens, and so I'm going to give these a shot. They're not corn nuts, but they're called Love Corn. They're basically the same thing, at least from what you can see on the pictures. She got me a smoked barbecue, and this one's interesting, a habanero chili. So, really interested in trying these. She's like, hey, I saw these, and I know you like corn nuts. These are a little different. Maybe try them out. And I was like, okay, why not? I'm not really keen on the name. I don't like Love Corn, but... I think corn nuts has a better ring, but got those on the menu today. Some Doritos. Felt like some Doritos. And I got a little bit of candy and whatnot, so. We got 6 people in here, 5 likes. Guys, thank you again so much for being here with me, Godzilla Fan Freaks Live, for Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 16. What a mouthful. And just like it always is, it's going to continue being a mouthful. Imagine once we get, into the higher episodes, especially if I do this every week, man. It's going to be crazy. So, yes, thank you for being here with me. Guys, Atomic, blast that like button if you have not already. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the love. Zillfan85, the habanero chili sounds really good. I love anything spicy. Me too, man. I love spicy stuff. I've been wanting to get those Godzilla hot sauces that Toho's been coming out with. They have so many now. They just dropped a Shin Godzilla hot sauce collection. There's so many hot sauces already. It's like, that's insane. It's like, I want to try them all. And they came out with salsa. Also, they came out with 3 salsas. There's I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but they came out with those Godzilla coffees. Crazy, man. Gojira 851, favorite cookie. Mine is white chocolate and raspberry. Okay. My favorite cookies, you guys, Chips Ahoy. There's just something about Chips Ahoy. I like Chips Ahoy. I kind of grew up on Chips Ahoy. A lot of people like Oreos. Oreos are okay. I'm not the biggest on Oreos. It's Chips Ahoy for me. I love Chips Ahoy. So good. Especially with a nice glass of milk, too. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. So, let me see. I think let me break open this habanero chili. That way I can let Zillafan85 know how they are. And that way, if, Walgreens in your area, if you want to, I'm pretty sure they probably have them. Maybe you want to pick them up. But I'll let you know if they're good or if they're bad. They might be absolutely terrible. Who knows? Smell? Don't really have a crazy smell. They are very, they're more orange than I thought they would be. They're a lot more orange. Let's see how these are. Take just a nice little handful so I can get some good flavor. Interesting. I wasn't expecting the consistency because I'm thinking they're going to be a lot similar to corn nuts. But if you've ever had corn nuts, maybe I should finish the bite first. The spice creeps up on you a little bit. But I wasn't expecting that consistency. If you've ever had corn nuts, you know how crazy, almost hard, crunchy they are. You got to make sure your teeth are healthy when you eat corn nuts. Because I feel like corn nuts could crack a tooth sometimes. These are crunchy, but they're a lot more of that, not 100% air puffy corn consistency, but it's there. You know what I mean? It's like the mixture of a corn nut, but not as crunchy, and has that consistency and a little bit of that, puffy corn flavor. The habanero chili, it's a nice, it gives a little tang at first, actually. And then the spice creeps up on you a little bit, but it's not, overwhelmingly hot. Maybe that's me, though. Because I feel like every stream now, me and Zillafan85 are finding more things that we have in common about one another, which is kind of scary. Are we the same person? But I'm used to eating a lot of hot stuff. I've even had ghost pepper stuff and everything like that, and that stuff's really hot, but I enjoy it. So maybe it's just because my tolerance to spicy foods. I mean, who knows? Maybe these could be really spicy to somebody else. But for me, they're not that bad. So the spice level's decent. It's really, let's put it this way, it's really enjoyable. But they're not as crunchy as corn nuts. They're crunchy, but they're interesting. But they're not bad. So Zillafan85, head to your local Walgreens, see if they got love corn, and try some for yourself. I'll recommend it. Why not? It's not terrible. If it was terrible, I'd say no, don't go buy any, and I'd probably get rid of those. Let's see, are they hot at least? A little bit. Like I said, a little bit. You know, for me and probably for us, it's probably not as spicy. But they're not bad. Zillifan85, so true. If we lived in the same area growing up, we would have been best buds for sure. Heck yeah, we still are best buds, man. One of these days we'll get together for sure. One of these days. Oh, man. Ooh, there went some overcast. Boy, did you guys just see that? It got really dark. Freaking cloud just went in front of the sun. That, like, came in really fast, too. It was just like all of a sudden, oh, there goes the overcast. See how are we doing on comments? Not bad. Okay. 4 people in here, 6 likes. Guys, thank you guys again. Almost 41 minutes in. We're doing good. Just kicking back, watching some Godzilla against Mechagodzilla right now. Having a good time. And yeah. So again, guys, like always, you know, I forgot to state it earlier, but I mean, you guys already know the rhythm of Kaiju Chill O'Clock. There's never really a topic, you know, unless maybe I had something new come in or something to talk about. There's really never a topic. This is a very go with the flow kind of show. That I could rhyme. But this is just a very go with the flow. You guys just get to sit down with me, hang out with me. And, you know, I'm having fun with it. And I'm glad you guys are too. But like always, you guys have any questions you want to ask? Go for it. You guys want to talk about a figure? We can. What else is there? The opportunities for Kaiju Chill Clock are endless. Again, we just go with the flow. Zillifan85, so I had a bunch of stuff to ask you about today. Okay, alright, cool. Let's do it. Let's start that. One at a time. For starters, do you think we'll ever see any kind of release of Godzilla versus the legendary beast Wolfman? You know, the film out there exists. A lot of us Godzilla fans want to see the whole thing. So I hope we do. I remember one year I went to G-Fest. They showed a good amount of footage from it. So that was really cool. I didn't get one of the exclusive posters, sadly. I wish I did. But I really hope we do. And one of the main reasons for me is Godzilla 62 is my favorite Godzilla design. And in the Godzilla versus the Wolfman, it's not the 62 suit, but it's the most like likeness to it. And so that's one reason I want to see it. I would love to see the 62 suit on screen again, for sure. But it's been so long for like anything to have come out that it's really hard to say. At this point, we may get it, we may not.
There you go, man.
Let's see, Gojira851, Godzilla vs. Wolfman is on YouTube mostly. Yeah, that's true too. It is on YouTube. But I do hope maybe we'll get a physical copy one day, because that would be cool to have in the collection. I mean, think about that. You know, you're skimming through, or you're showing somebody your Godzilla movie collection, and they're looking through the movies, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, Godzilla versus Gigan, Son of Godzilla, okay. You know, there's Mecha Godzilla, Space Godzilla, there's Mothra, okay. Wait, Godzilla versus the Wolfman? What the hell? Like, you know, like I feel like you would get those types of reactions. So it would be cool to have a good official, you know, release physical copy of it, for sure. So keep those questions, Zillifan85, coming. You know, don't be shy. Don't be afraid that you might be taking up too much of the stream. It is what it is. You know, if other people have questions, of course I'm going to get to them. So, you know, the more the merrier. Let's see. Zillfan85, has anyone ever shown the conclusion of the fight? I keep seeing videos of Godzilla getting his ass kicked, but I would imagine he would win in the end. You know what? I don't know. I haven't seen any footage or anything of Godzilla versus the Wolfman in some time, so I'd have to relook anything up and do some more research, but I don't know. I don't know if Gojira851 could answer that question. If somebody else could answer the question in the comments, that's great too. I don't always have the answers, but that's okay, guys. We're all coming together as a community. We're all coming together as a kaiju family. That's what it's all about. So it's like we all have the discussions. Again, it's not just me. You know, I'm running the show, but this is for all of us. Kaiju Chill O'Clock is for all of us, you guys. Gojira851, according to people, Wolfman uses the moon and bests Godzilla. I say thee nay. Okay. Okay. Makes sense that he would use the moon. The moon makes him stronger. You know, maybe the Wolfman's actually a Saiyan. maybe it's a giant monkey. I don't know. It's a Wolfman. Sorry, you guys. I was just paying attention to the movie. They're showing Kiryu pretty much for like the first time. He's like ready to go.
I'd like to extend its heartfelt thanks to all those involved in making this massive project a reality. And we hope you share our pride as we present this great...
Gojira851, the 64 suit was in Godzilla vs. the Wolfman, at least Recreation. Okay, but they modified it, right, to look more like the 62? Because everything that I've seen in Godzilla vs. the Wolfman, it's really like 62-ish. But again, I don't know everything. So, hey, I'm learning stuff as well. Gojira851, thank you for all this info. We appreciate it. 62 and 64 suits are in it. Okay. Interesting. See, it's been a while since I've seen any of it, so I gotta go back and watch it. Zillafan85, that brings me to the Dragon Ball topics I wanted to cover. I know you messaged me that you liked the new film. I thought it was so-so. I didn't like the Cell Max. He was like Bio Broly. I got the Bio Broly vibes too. And in all honesty, with me, Zillafan85, what took me a little bit to get used to was the 3D animation style. I'm still not sure how I feel about it. It's kind of a weird take, but the more I watched the movie, I was like, it works, I suppose. But, yeah, no, the whole Cell Max thing, I feel like that was to appease Cell fans, because I feel like Cell really got pushed back. You know, Frieza's more the main focus these days as far as like a main villain goes, almost. Just because of his golden form. And then if you've been keeping up with the manga, Frieza has a new black form. And it's supposedly stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. I think they said it's even stronger. No, it is stronger than Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. And that was because Frieza, again, if you don't read the manga, I'm going to fill you in. So Frieza, he found, I guess, a hyperbolic time chamber on another planet, and he was in there for 10 days. So he trained essentially for 10 years, and that's how he achieved this new black form. And I guess he was able to come in and basically one-shot a character called Granola, I think. And then he killed somebody else. And then he gut punched Goku and Vegeta while they were in Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego and knocked them out. Just with one gut punch, he was able to do that. So Frieza has broke the power scale yet again, But again, with the new movie, I feel like Cell Max was to appease Cell fans. Because there's a lot of people that are like, man, why can't Cell come back? Or, something. Why is it always got to be Frieza? But I think, again, that kind of is backfiring. Because like you said, the Bio Broly vibes, it really wasn't Cell at the end of the day. It looked like Cell's second form, which I personally do like. I like Cell's second form the most. But he didn't talk. He just screamed the whole time. So it basically was like a Cell Broly. But he was powerful, but he still didn't have all the properties of Cell. He didn't have any regeneration or anything like that. So, no, I do agree with you on that. I still enjoyed the movie at the end of the day. Piccolo's new orange form, like Dragon Ball's basically making fun of themselves at this point. Hey, the sun's back, and it's coming back brighter than ever through that skylight. You got Piccolo's new form, which he just was gonna call Orange Piccolo. I'm like, it's good, original. Golden Frieza, Super Saiyan Blue. Like, oh my goodness. So they just keep it going. And then Gohan's new form, though. I heard that it's actually called Beast Form Gohan. I'm not sure on that. I think I read that in an article somewhere. That's what it's officially called. It's called Beast Form Gohan. He looks like Ultra Instinct, but his hair looks more like Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan. And then his eyes are like red. But so I think that's the official name for it, though, is like Beast Form Gohan, which also is a weird name. But it's Dragon Ball at this point. They can do whatever. At this point, you might as well just make Frieza the main character, though, because again, when you think about the power scaling and everything, after everything that Vegeta and Goku had been through, and then for Frieza to come back and then in 4 months of training catch up to them from when they last encountered, from all that time to bam, he's just as powerful already. And now he's jumped that power scale again. You might as well just make Frieza the strongest character, but because shoot, if he trained for an extra 20 years, like let's say he trained for 30 years. Let's say he spent a whole month in a hyperbolic time chamber. So 30 days, roughly. Who knows how long it would have took for Goku and Vegeta to catch up to him. And then at that point, Frieza just could have been like, I'll train like maybe a couple years here, maybe 5 years there, just so I can just continue to stay ahead of these monkeys. Let's see here. Let me catch up on your comments here. Let's see, Gojiri51, you're on point. Gojiri51, if memory serves me, the 62 suit is bested and the 64 suit is in the rematch. The creators loved Mothra vs. Godzilla. They recreate major scenes in the film. Okay, that's interesting to know. Awesome. Let's see, Zillafan85, I agree with you on almost all your points. Yes, it's called Beast Form. I don't know, for me, I haven't been thrilled with Super. I also really don't like how they portray Goku. They make Goku a real ditz in Super. Again, like, they make him an idiot. Like, Goku's always had that dumb mentality, but for some reason in Super, they just highlight the crap out of it. And Zillafan85, Frieza is my favorite villain, but I agree, it's ridiculous how he's being portrayed. Yeah, no, I agree. Frieza's my favorite character, so trust me, like, I'm complaining about the power scaling and the power jumps and stuff, but at the same time, I also am kind of happy because Frieza's my favorite character overall. So I'm kind of happy that I see him at the top of the pecking order right now. I'm kind of happy on the inside that he's the most powerful. Yes. But at the same time, I'm like, it's kind of dumb. Let's see, Gojira851, you sent me something on Instagram. Okay, I will check that out when I can. Because my camera is basically my whole thing, I can't really check it out right now, but I will check that out later, Gojira851. It's probably something on the Godzilla vs. the Wolfman, so I appreciate that. If you can, send it to Zillafan85 also. He's also on Instagram. Sunzilla 2008, what's up? What movie you watching? I am picking up kind of where I left off last week. So if you guys remember last week, I watched GMK, and then I was going to watch Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. But then Nick Adams told me that it was the anniversary of Godzilla 2000 in U.S. theaters, so watched that instead. So today, I am keeping up with last week, and I am just gonna I'm watching Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, and right now they're having their first encounter. Just give you guys a little shot there of everything, and then back to me before YouTube decides to be a butt. Which, since I just mentioned that, YouTube being a butt, guys, YouTube doesn't make sense. So, you know how there's been the copyright claims that I've talked about, and I really don't care about them and whatnot. And then, of course, for showing just pretty much mere seconds of Final Wars, that one Kaiju Chill O'Clock, YouTube was like immediately like, stop the stream, block it. Like, really? You know what's dumb? Is that YouTube's not consistent. And that's what you get when your system's ran by AI and basically just a computer. It's dumb, and it hurts us content creators, especially when we're not meaning to break any rules. We're not content creators like myself, we just have to be like, oh man, I gotta be careful. Oh man, it sucks. But here's how YouTube is not consistent. So guys, remember when I showcased the Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 soundtrack from Mondo? Remember that? You think YouTube hit me with a copyright claim? No. One of the most popular soundtracks in the series. Listen to the pretty much first side of the vinyl, the whole thing. YouTube did not hit me with a copyright for the Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 soundtrack. And I was like, okay. It's just stupid how inconsistent it all is. I didn't get a copyright for the King Kong Escapes soundtrack. Trying to think. What else? There's been a few other things that have baffled me, like, really? So you're going to hit me for a copyright claim for this, but not for that, which is more substantial, I feel. It's dumb. It's dumb. Let's see, Gojira851, I do like Frieza's theme and Resurrection F. Dude, It makes me laugh and it makes me smile every time I hear that heavy metal hit. That Frieza, 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 Frieza. I love it. It puts a smile on my face every time. Reptile 7876, Kiryu lighting him up. Heck yes. And then Gojira851, he sent it to Zillafan 85. Awesome. See, he'll check it out a bit later. And then Zillafan85, make sure to give him a follow on there. Awesome. Guys, helping each other out, following each other. You know what? It's like Nick Adams has said. We're not in competition with one another. There may be content creators out there who like to see it as competition. But guys, reality, we're all kaiju content creators. We're all part of the same family. We're all part of the same group. We're stronger together than we are separate or individual. And it's like, we're not in competition. We help each other out. And that is why this kaiju family and community that we have is great. And I'm glad that we can all get together here on my show, Kaiju Chill O'Clock. You guys are just awesome. You guys are just awesome. Reptile7876, what's my opinion on Kiryu? You know, I like the idea. He's not my favorite Mechagodzilla. My favorite Mechagodzilla is 93. But Kiryu is a cool concept. I like the whole Godzilla skeleton as basically the base for Kiryu. I like the whole, robot DNA and stuff like that, especially when Kiryu, he's like right now, Kiryu's, on that rampage. And, that was all interesting. So I also like how Kiryu was like the most acrobatic and like fast and flexible out of all the Mechagodzillas. Like it really gave that Gundam feel. You know what I mean? So I like Kiryu in that aspect. Is he my favorite? No, but he is cool. Zillafan85, creators like you and I shouldn't have to even deal with that. We don't monetize our videos, but I'm wondering if we should, given we have... Sorry, I was trying to get rid of a little arrow on my screen. I'm wondering if we should, given we have to be privy to all the rules. Yeah, sometimes I think about it, but at the same time, I have to stick with my roots at the end of the day. Nick Adam has always told me he can help me out when I go to monetize my channel and everything. But really, I have to stick with my roots with Godzilla Fan Freaks. And some people have even told me, like, Godzilla Fan Freaks, is that name ever going to change? Because you know how some kaiju content creators, they have changed their name before because they don't want to just be about Godzilla. And it's like, if you guys know me, and of course are subscribed, you guys know that, I do more than just Godzilla stuff. But the fact that Godzilla Fan Freaks just has such a nice ring to it and everything, I can't give it up. So, I maybe hope that people don't look at my channel and just think, oh, this guy just does nothing but Godzilla stuff. That's not true. Trust me, though, I've tried dabbling in, like, what if I was to call it Kaiju Fan Freaks? I don't know. It's just me, but for some reason, I just can't let go of Godzilla Fan Freaks. It's just it's just where I started, who I am at the end of the day. But I love dabbling in everything else that I do. Masters of the Universe, Predator, Star Wars. I am an all-around, sci-fi geek nerd, channel. It's not just Godzilla stuff. So, but I gotta always stick with my roots. I started Godzilla Fan Freaks not wanting to get popular, not wanting to make money, nothing like that. I did it because I was inspired by other Godzilla YouTubers, and I just wanted to open a door to this hobby that I love so much. And it's been a lot of fun. Again, almost 10 years on YouTube, and I've just been having a blast. And you guys are a part of that. So all I have to say is thank you so much to all of you. You guys are just awesome. And I just really enjoy doing this. So it's like, I don't think I'll ever monetize, because that's not what I'm about. I'm a fan, and I do this because I love it, and I do this because you guys enjoy it. There's no other reason at the end of the day. Zillafan85, when I was looking for, let's see, that jumped up because another comment came through. When I was looking for videos to watch on figure reviews years back, I saw your channel name, and I really liked the ring of it. Thank you, I appreciate that. I like it too, and the reason other YouTubers have changed their names is because they just don't want to be individualized as just Godzilla. And I understand that. But I just can't, give up Godzilla Fan Freaks. I just can't. And then Zillafan85, I'm the same way. I dabbled in some other content as well, but still mainly stick to my Godzilla and Kaiju figures. It's not about making money, it's about connecting with fellow fans. Yes, that's 100%, man. 100%. 100%. 100% legit right there. Great way to word that. Oh man, my cup is sweating so much. It's like dripping all over me. That's how hot it is. It's like, oh man, it's all wet. But no, man, that's a perfect comment. Thank you. Sorry for like my little pause there and everything. I was just like taking that in. Like that's what it's all about, you guys. We're not in competition, you know. And if people see me as, oh, he only does Godzilla stuff, oh, you know what? It's their loss at the end of the day, because as you guys know, I dabble in everything geek, you know, comic book, monsters, sci-fi culture. A few Kaiju Chill clocks ago, didn't we watch Aliens? Like, I watched Aliens with you guys over on the Facebook live segment a few Kaiju Chill clocks ago. You know, that was a lot of fun. You know, one of these days I'll throw on maybe Jaws, you know, because Jaws is always a fun film. Alligator's another. Army of Darkness, you know, films like that. It's like, you know, but at the end of the day, it is just the Godzilla, Kaiju, and Toho stuff that I grew up with. You know, my dad, I have to thank for all that. My dad's the one who got me started. It's his fault. You know, he showed me this giant dinosaur monster-looking creature that was burning Tokyo, and I fell in love with it. At 3 years old, mind you. And that was the original Raymond Burr cut of the 54. I watched that film religiously, at least 3 times a day. My dad said, both my parents said, you know, I watched that movie 3 times a day back when I was young. I worked the crap out of that VHS. And, you know, that's just where my roots are with Godzilla. At 3 years old, that's just where it started for me. And at the end of the day, that is what I love the most. I love the Toho stuff. I love the Tosaku stuff. I love the Suitmation, you know, practical effects. That's me at the end of the day. That's just who I am. Gojir851, are you going to see Jaws when it comes back to theaters? I'm going to IMAX. You know what? I've thought about that, and I think I might. Because I always like seeing movies, like, you know, especially, you know, blockbuster films like that from a different time period on the big screen. Because, of course, most of us weren't alive then when Jaws came out. So, I would like to see Jaws on the big screen. So I think I am going to go see that. Thank you for reminding me about that. I think I do want to do that. Zillifan E5, Jaws and Alligator would be awesome. Like when you show Mystery Science Theater 3000 also. If I had more Mystery Science Theater 3000 physical media, I would do that more. I want them to come out with a Godzilla collection like they did the Gamera collection. Because the only thing I have of Mystery Science Theater physical copies of is the Gamera box set that they did. That's the only thing I have. Definitely should show more of those. That is one thing. You know, I was just talking about it, and just watching the horrors of Spider Island last night. That sounds like a trip. Alligator 2, the mutation. Yeah, man. Hang on 1 second. Now that we're talking about it.
What do you mean? Fight who?
I'd like to fight everyone.
I mean, you guys know me. I love physical media. I love owning these movies. You know, I love sitting down, watching them with you, or having it on in the background while I'm talking with you on YouTube like this. But it's like, you know, again, it's like I love Godzilla, but I love all this sci-fi creature feature, you know, monster stuff, Star Wars, even Harry Potter, you know, like, I'm into all that stuff, superhero stuff. You name it. Masters of the Universe.
Every light before
You know, but at the end of the day, it's Godzilla that started it all for me. But it's like, Jaws, guys, 4K, Blu-ray. Heck yes, love this. I picked this up for really cheap at Best Buy. This was, for a 4K Ultra HD, this was a really cheap buy. I think I got this for like $5 at Best Buy. Couldn't pass it up. And then also I got all the Jaws movies at Best Buy. I think they had this for like $10. And these were the Jaws sequels. But just on Blu-ray, not 4K. But that's okay. A lot of Ks. Not too many. But yeah, this has Jaws 2, Jaws 3, Jaws the Revenge, which, the Jaws movies really went downhill really after the second one. The second Jaws movie isn't bad. Jaws 2 is actually really good. But Jaws 3 and Jaws the Revenge, they're bad, but, at the end of the day, a popcorn film. Am I right? It's just a good popcorn movies. But yeah, so, I got the Jaws movies. Of course, Alligator and Alligator 2 Mutation. Again, 4K Blu-ray DVD from Scream Factory. And then, of course, also from Scream Factory, just the Blu-ray Alligator 2 The Mutation. So, I got all those fun creature feature stuff. Just love all that stuff, man. Gojira851, Jaws is wonderful. All of them. You know what? I agree with you. You can't go wrong with Jaws. It was the original shark movie. And it spawned everything else that we have today, basically. Sharknado, Mega Shark, Robot Shark versus Giant Octopus, all that weird, campy, bad B-movie sci-fi stuff. But Jaws is where it came from. So let me go ahead and put these back. Oh, Starship Troopers. That's another one, you guys. Who else likes Starship Troopers? I'm a fan of Starship Troopers. Really just the first movie. I think we can all agree that the only good Starship Troopers movie was the first one. The rest of them and the animated movies, in my opinion, they just weren't that great. But the first Starship Troopers, classic movie right there. Gojira851, I love nature horror films, Jaws, Alligator, Orca. Orca's good. The Beast, etc. Orca was a good one. What's another good one? Lake Placid. Lake Placid wasn't bad. At least the first one. The other ones, and then of course way down the road we had Lake Placid versus Anaconda. That was dumb. But yeah, no, all those are good. Zillif95, Jaws 2 is really good. It's almost like a slasher film meets Jaws. Being in Florida, I have a bit of a soft spot for Jaws 3D. Plus, oh, your comment jumped. Sorry about that. Boy, I can't pronounce that right now. Fizerois's death still gets me. Yes, it does. I know who you're talking about. I just can't. I'm sure I butchered the name. Gojira851. I love Starship Troopers. The sequels never happened. Exactly. Sequels never happened. Starship Troopers is just its own thing. It's a standalone movie. And then Gojira851. Indeed, Zillif85. Philip, the Great Death always gets me. I know what you guys are talking about. So much condensation on that. Well, Godzilla's tearing up the city, and they're like, do we use Mechagodzilla, please? And it's like, we can't afford it to happen again. And they're like, it won't. Or at least we hope it doesn't. Fred abandoned me. He went over to his little bed on the floor over here by Snake Mountain. Fred is no longer on the Kaiju Chill O'Clock couch. He is nowhere to be seen. Where did he go?
Sir, I see.
He totally went the other way. And he's over by Snake Mountain right now. Just chilling.
Permission granted.
He is out like a light. What a lazy cat today. Fred, everybody loves you. You're a celebrity on Kaiju Chill O'Clock. You're not giving the fans what they want, or your fans what they want.
God speak to you, Colonel.
Flip the camera back. You know, one thing that I came across, you guys, and so in my area back here and everything, it's the perfect spot now. Because I totally forgot I had these. They were there, but they were under some other things. So I sorted through them. And so now on the coffee table that's here and what my camera's basically sitting on, guys, Kaiju movies, Kaiju figures, Masters of the Universe figures, all this awesome stuff. And of course now I have, of course, in this room to the side over here, there's a bookshelf. And of course I have comic books. So there's Godzilla comic books in there. So there's already reading material. But now out here on the coffee table, I have reading material. My dad got me the Life Godzilla magazine, and then my wife got me this My Kaiju magazine. So this is the perfect area back here. You got figures, you got reading material, you got movies, all kinds of stuff. So really glad to have these pretty much in the collection, and I have them in pristine, great condition, and they're great reads, both of them. They're just awesome. They're awesome reads. I love both of these magazines. Can't thank my wife enough for this one, and my dad for getting me this. So now I got that stuff on the coffee table out here. Let's see, Zillafan85. The poor guy got swallowed whole by Big Mama Shark. Gojiri51, I think it's funny. Jaws 3D is no longer canon. It's no longer canon. Okay, interesting. I grew up... Boy, man, you guys are on fire with the comments. I grew up with Jaws the Revenge. I'll never give that movie gripe. Flaws and all. You can't, man. I love it. I love the ending when they're like sending off that sound wave and the shark is like out of the water and he's fucking... Sorry. He's roaring. You know, I don't mean to curse on my show, but that just slipped out because that's how ridiculous that is. The shark's just out of the water, and it's like... It's so dumb. The best part of Jaws Revenge was Michael Caine. And Michael Caine loves the house that film gave him. Oh yeah, for sure. Zilvan85, Everett, did you ever read those orange books growing up? I used to check out the Godzilla one all the time. I don't think so. I don't have any memories of that. So I don't think so, Zillafan85. Zillafan85, if you can find an image of what you're talking about, send it to me. And maybe that'll jog my memory, and I'll let you know. But right now, I can't place anything like that. Zillafan85, he did the King Kong 76 slash stock dinosaur roar. That's exactly pretty much what it was. That's exactly what it was. Ridiculous. Gojir 851, King Kong's Lives is the greatest romance in films. I don't need help at all. Dude, am I right? As much as terrible of a film as King Kong Lives is, I grew up with King Kong Lives. That was another one I grew up with. I like it. I liked King Kong Lives. Okay? I don't care what anyone says. I enjoyed it. We need a proper release of that movie. We got the collector's edition from Scream Factory of the King Kong 76. I wish that they would have did what they did with the alligator. They gave us Alligator and Alligator 2. Why didn't they give us King Kong Lives along with the 76? They should have just did it. We need a nice quality Blu-ray of King Kong Lives. And I feel like if there's somebody that's going to do it, it's got to be Scream Factory. So, guys, if anybody knows anybody at Scream Factory or whatever, let's demand it. Maybe a petition. I don't know. But we need King Kong Lives. I do not own King Kong Lives. I know there's a DVD out there, but man, is it expensive as hell now. And it's hard to find. And then the rest are all bootlegs. So we need a good quality Blu-ray, King Kong Lives. 100%. Zillafan85, I actually really like King Kong Lives. I'm honestly a big fan of it. I grew up watching it. There we go. Zillafan Brothers, dude, I'm saying, man. Crazy. I saw Lives before 76, and King Kong Lives has a special place in my heart. Gojira 851, dude, same. I saw Lives before I saw 76, like, fully in its entirety. So, I agree, I understand what you're saying. Zillafan85, I'm thankful I got the DVD when I did. Dude, you are lucky you got the DVD when you did. I missed that bus.
We're okay.
Oh, Mechagodzilla's just fighting Godzilla right now. Give you guys a little bit of monster action. And back to me. Oh, there's that plasma electrical sword thing that Kiryu has. Lives was on YouTube fully, but YouTube has to be YouTube and it's gone. Yeah, sadly. Oh, man. Man. You know what? I'm not sure if I want to watch Ebirah Horror of the Deep on the Facebook segment. Like, I'm feeling some other monster movies. You know what I haven't seen in a minute? Who's a fan of The Last Dinosaur? Maybe I'll save The Last Dinosaur for another Kaiju Chill O'Clock. Because I'm torn. I do want to watch some Showa today. So I think I'm going to keep with the schedule. But man, The Last Dinosaur is just, like, for some reason it lit up for me over there on my physical media shelf. And I'm like, man, I haven't seen The Last Dinosaur in a minute. Last Dinosaurs, I love that movie. One movie that I grew up with as a kid, but I don't have it because there's no place that has it. They need to come out with another Blu-ray release of it or something. But At the Earth's Core. At the Earth's Core was a classic. And I grew up with that movie. Doug McClure. Gotta love Doug McClure, man. Zillafan85, first time I saw Lives was on TNT. They had a lineup with King Kong 33, King Kong Lives, and Son of Kong. My parents taped them for me. You know what? That might have been the same one that my parents taped for me on TV, because I think it was also on the same channel, the TNT, and they were doing all those Kong movies and stuff. So, crazy. But yeah, no, At the Earth's Core is one that I want to add to my collection one day. Because At the Earth's Core was a good one. Can't go wrong with Doug McClure and fighting dinosaurs and other fantasy-type creatures. Those were always fun movies. What was the other one? The Land That Time Forgot, right? That was the other one. Where they're in, like, the submarine and they go through, like, this iceberg and then there's this paradise, basically. But there's dinosaurs and caveman and stuff like that. Then there's a volcano and everything. Those were good. Yeah, man. At the Earth's Core was a good one. Zillafan85, I think it was back during the early days of Monster Vision when they had the floating globe and the face on it. Dude, I remember that. I remember that, man. Good old TNT Monster Vision, man. Godzilla just did his perfect imitation of Ric Flair from WWE.
Its power cells are running down.
After Kiryu's like beating him up, Godzilla stands up, and then he just does that. It just reminds me of when Ric Flair stands up, and then he's like, "Come on, let's go," and then he does that face plant that he does. One thing that Nick touched on one of his live streams that he did, it's funny that a lot of Godzilla fans are also wrestling fans and WWE fans. Granted, I'm not as much of a WWE fan anymore, just because WWE it felt like it really got stupid. And so I've really lost interest in WWE, but I love the old school Attitude Era Day stuff. All that stuff was a lot of fun, you know.
What are you doing, Akane? Get out!
So I miss the good old days of wrestling, you know. But now I feel like WWE is just it's too catered, you know. It's too catered towards certain things, and for me it just kind of kills it. It's not as entertaining to me anymore. See, Zilfan85, same thing. You prefer the old school days, Attitude Era, WCW, heck yeah. Old school ECW, dude. High quality stuff.
You gotta do this. Stop. Get back in formation.
Gojira 851. Pageantry and storytelling and entrances reminded me of Godzilla times. Yeah? Exactly. Godzilla and The Undertaker always went hand in hand for me. I can see it. I can see it. You guys, I didn't even see the likes. We're up to 7 likes. At least on my end, that's what it shows. Thank you guys so much for the support. You guys are awesome. We got 4 people in here right now. Some other people have tuned in and out, but that's okay. You know. Again, next week, I'm going to try to shoot for Friday, but we'll see how I feel when Monday comes around. Just because it's going to be Tucson Comic-Con week. Well, weekend. But, you know, it's next week, so we'll just see. Gojira 851, 8 likes on your end. See, it's like different for some reason. I don't know why. But Atomic, blast that like button, you guys, if you hadn't. Really appreciate it. You guys are just awesome. I love seeing the appreciation. Zillafan85, who's my favorite wrestler? Mine is Hulk Hogan. I also love Goldberg, The Rock, Ultimate Warrior, etc. Too many to list. There are a lot of wrestlers out there, man. My eyes just started, I feel like they got dry all of a sudden. My favorite wrestlers have always changed over the years, but if there's one person that I really stuck with for a long time, I'm a fan of, you know, I love all the old school stuff. Stone Cold Steve Austin stands out. The Rock, of course. The Rock is great. For me, though, I have to go with 2. I can't just pick one. I have to go with 2. Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho. I love Chris Jericho. And then the other one, Randy Orton. You know, I liked, you know, Randy Orton. When I was watching wrestling was when he kind of like started. And so he was really young, you know, and he got those pushes with Triple H and then of course Evolution and became champion. Youngest champion still to date, I believe. So I've always been a fan of Randy Orton, you know. Randy Orton's always been a good one. Whether he's a baby face or a heel, I've always enjoyed Randy Orton. And same thing with Chris Jericho. I love Chris Jericho. If I ever had to have a team though of trash talkers, people to work that could really work a mic, dude, Chris Jericho and The Rock, you're done. You ain't winning. Chris Jericho and The Rock, those guys could work a mic, dude. Those guys could work a mic.
Stand by.
Reptile 7876. I liked the rivalry between Orton and Cena. That was a good rivalry. I remember that. Well, they had several rivalries over the years, but they were all good. No, they're charging up Kiryu.
I know you can hear me.
I pronounce it Kiryu, Kiyu.
Just fine.
I don't know.
Now, let's have some fun. Okay, we are go.
Oh, he's all charged up. I love how the second Kiryu gets up, he just gets fucking blasted. There, a little closer for you guys. And he's down. Zillfan85, I proudly wear my Hulkamania and NWO shirts. I've seen pictures of you wearing those, man. Those are nice, dude. Those are nice shirts, man. You can't go wrong with good old Hulk Hogan. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's so many wrestlers out there that we probably like that it is really hard to pick a favorite. Because there's so many that you like. But you can't go wrong with good old Hulk Hogan, man. Classic. Gojir851, my all-time favorite is The Undertaker. Dude, Undertaker has a massive fan base. I think everybody loves The Undertaker. Undertaker was so great, Kane. I liked Kane. Kane I thought was really cool. All his different, variations over the years. I really liked growing up in the era, I guess, that I did, and when I was watching wrestling was when Kane, he just had the black and red barbed wire pants, and he didn't have a mask or hair or anything. That was the era of Kane that I grew up with, and then I learned, like, oh, he used to look like this or have the mask, and then later on he adapted back to a mask and the hair and stuff like that. But I grew up with the Kane, bald, pretty much bald, and the red and black barbed wire pants and everything like that. That's the Kane I grew up with, so that's the Kane that I liked the most. I liked how sadistic he was on the camera, especially doing the backstage segments, and his look and his laugh and everything that he would do, and how evil and sadistic he was. I love that about Kane. I love that about Kane. And I loved it when he would get ready, the hand that he would have that partial glove on, and get ready with the choke slam and everything. I love the way he would do that and just boom, and freaking great. Hey, Fred's back up here. He's back up here for Kaiju Chill O'Clock. It's because we're talking about WWE, huh? Huh? Meow, 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 meow. I'm having fun, you guys. This is great. Thank you, guys. Guys, Kaiju Chill O'Clock is always awesome. And we're making good time. We still got a little bit of time left here on the YouTube segment. Again, I run it about 2 hours. And then afterwards, after we're done here, Kaiju Chill O'Clock's not over. Just move to Facebook. And then after a little bit on there, move to Instagram Live for the final segment of Kaiju Chill O'Clock. So... oh, let's see. let me catch up with these here. Zillfan85, I usually say Kaiju as well, or just Mechagodzilla, same thing. How he is in Tokyo SOS, they just say Mecha G. Yeah. Gojir851, Hogan sits atop the mountain of wrestling greatness. That he does, 100%. Reptile7876, do you like Roman Reigns? Nah. Roman Reigns was in when the Shield and all that was happening and everything. That was in the time period that WWE was kind of getting boring for me. And that's kind of around the area that I kind of stopped watching it. Because I used to watch Raw every week. You know, SmackDown every week. You know, I had the WWE Network when that was a thing, and watching the pay-per-views and stuff like that through the network. But it was shortly after all that it really just started to go downhill for me, and I just didn't really... Not that I don't have an interest in wrestling, it just wasn't entertaining to me, and I just... You know, I had better things I could be watching. You know, it just really wasn't that fun for me. So, if you're a fan of Roman Reigns, though, don't let me deter you. You know, that's great. Everybody has their own opinions. But yeah, no, Roman Reigns was at a time to where I just really didn't care about WWE all that much anymore. Bald Kane reminds me of Krugen from Highlander. Dude, I didn't think about that, but you're right, Gojir851. Zillfan85, I wish we would have gotten Goldberg versus Undertaker 20 years sooner. I love Goldberg back in WCW and how he was such a force. I still remember him jackhammering the Giant in the Big Show. I remember that too. Reptile7876, I used to like Roman, but I don't really watch him no more. Okay. Again, WWE these days are hit or miss. You know, sometimes they'll have something good going on, but I don't even follow it anymore. I don't know who's champion. I don't know who's what. I don't know who's there, who's not there. You know, that's where I'm at with WWE. I went to go like sit back, and Fred just moved himself behind me. Basically, I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna sit on you, man." Oh, what a character of a cat right now. Now you want to be involved, huh? We've already been doing Kaiju Chill O'Clock for an hour and almost 40 minutes. Now you want to be a part?
We did manage to strike Godzilla.
And Godzilla against Mechagodzilla is almost over.
Alas, we can beat Godzilla. Be dead soon.
Let's see. Zillvan85. By the way, I bought the Storm Collectibles Hulk Hogan. Did I read that right? Yes. Yeah, Storm. My eyes were playing a trick on me. I have an eye appointment tomorrow. So eventually I'm going to be getting new glasses. It's definitely time for me to get some new lenses, because I think my eyes have adjusted to the ones I already have. So I can still see, but there are some things that when I'm reading, I'll read a word wrong or something. And so I was like, it's time to go get some new glasses. So I got that appointment tomorrow for eye exam and look at some frames and stuff. So hopefully I find some decent ones. But yeah, I always look forward to getting new glasses. I always like how nice and crisp and clear everything looks. So anyway, by the way, I bought the Storm Collectibles Hulk Hogan figure. I may have to review it in the future. Dude, definitely do. Again, you know, expand on the channel. You know, like who cares? You know, it's not something Godzilla Kaiju related, but hey, if it's something you want to do, if you want to review it, who cares what anyone else thinks? It's your channel. Do what you want. And that's what I do. You know, I've have old reviews of Dragon Ball Z stuff. There's Predator stuff on my channel, Star Wars, you know, and I reviewed that stuff, and you know, sure, it didn't get as many views as my Godzilla and Kaiju stuff, but I didn't care. I still wanted to put out the reviews on those figures. Gojir851, did you see Godzilla vs. Bambi? Yes. I have seen the classic Godzilla vs. Bambi. And then I saw that it was part of the VHS of Godzilla 1985. Yeah. Reptile 7876. I can't really pick a favorite, but my topic picks are John Cena, Randy Orton, The Rock, and Brock Lesnar. Those are good picks. Those aren't bad picks. I'm not much of a John Cena person. I've never really liked John Cena, but those are good picks. And then Reptile 7876, Undertaker is really good too. Again, Undertaker, you can't ever go wrong with liking Undertaker. You can't. You know, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla is over. The credits are rolling. I actually like that shot, of her looking at Godzilla on Kiryu's shoulder. And it's not a still image, the water and everything is still moving. And then it fades out and everything. I actually like the way that ended the movie. But, yeah. Gojeri51, Godzilla 1985 on VHS was my intro to Godzilla. Godzilla 1985, Godzilla vs. Megalon, those are like really high entries into people's introductions of Godzilla. I'm trying to think of some other movies. Maybe Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster and Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. That's another one. A lot of people were their first Godzilla movies. But really, Godzilla 1985 and Godzilla vs. Megalon. So that was a lot of Godzilla fans' first, introduction to Godzilla. Mine was, again, the original 54 with Raymond Burr. It was the Raymond Burr cut. That's how I was introduced to Godzilla, and I fell in love at 3 years old. And it's like, how did a 3-year-old really enjoy a black and white movie at the time? You know what I mean? But I did. And again, I feel like I'm in the minority in this, but I enjoy Godzilla 1985, the Raymond Burr cut. I like how it connects to the original 54. So, a lot of people don't like Godzilla 1985. They don't like the scenes with Raymond Burr or any of that stuff. And I understand, but my personal opinion, I love that cut of the film. I wish we got a cut of that film on the 1984 Blu-ray, in my opinion. I wish we got a release of that cut of that film. Because I have a cut of that film, but it's a bootleg. It's not an official release, but that's the only way I have a copy is a bootleg. There is no official copy of 85 out there, I don't think. Let's see. Let me catch up on some comments here. Reptile7876. Did you like Singular Point? I watched Singular Point a couple times, and you know what? Let's put it this way. I liked Singular Point better than the Godzilla Earth anime trilogy. Singular Point was still a little confusing at times, but I think my second go around I understood things a little bit better. But I did enjoy Singular Point a lot more than the Godzilla Earth anime trilogy.
For what?
Zillafan85, to me, it was a shame that we never really saw the Absolute Zero Canyon used to its max. I agree. Gojira851, Son of Godzilla came after 85 for me. Okay, interesting. Very nice. And then Zillafan85, my first ever Godzilla movie was actually Godzilla King of the Monsters with Raymond Burr as well. Zillafan85, we're the same person. I saw it when I was 9 years old, though, during TNT Monster Vision, Godzilla Bash 94. Okay.
We'll call it a tie.
Let's see, Zillafan85, I wish we got the 85 cut too. Burr's monologue at the end is chilling. I love it. I love it so much, man. Nature has a way sometimes of reminding man of just how small he is. Gojira851, yeah, I bought 85 on DVD at Spooky Empire and Blu-ray from eBay. Okay. Yeah, see, the only way you can get it is bootlegs. Zillafan85, hopefully I can go to Spooky Empire this year. If so, maybe I'll see you there, Gojira851. Nice, man. Meeting up in the community. That's what it's all about, guys. I love meeting other local collectors here in Tucson. And actually, there's a few of us, that I know. Mike, who I've talked about before, he's a manager down at a place that I shop, Zia Records. He's also the owner of Tucson Comic Con. He's a big Godzilla fan. So, I meet with him and I see him every now and then. My buddy, who I'm buying the X Plus Gigantic Mechagodzilla 74 from, he's local here in town. He's another Godzilla collector. So I'm going to be meeting up with him next month, too, when he delivers that to me. So it's always fun to meet up with other local, whether they're content creators or just, fans of the Kaiju Godzilla community. It's always fun to meet up with, other people that have the similar likings. Have a hangout. Have a cookout at one of your houses. Have a get together. Have a movie marathon. Stuff like that. Oh, let's see. Zillafan85, I wish Monster Arts would release an 84 Goji. It may happen. I would never say never. I have a feeling that, they may release 84. You know what would be a good time for them to release 84? Couple years down the road, 2024. Because that's going to be an anniversary year for the 84 film. So if SH Monster Arts has something planned, if any company, Cavity Colors, SH Monster Arts, X Plus could even announce a gigantic 84. It's just a couple years away, but that would be the year. If there's any companies that have any 84 ideas, that's when you're going to want to release it. So we could see an SH Monster Arts 84. We could see the 84 collection from Cavity Colors. We could see an X Plus Gigantic 84. They could come out with a new Bandai 84. All kinds of, just a couple years down the road. I have the NECA reissue, which is decent, but personally, I think NECA hasn't done the best job with their Godzilla figures. NECA is hit and miss. I really wasn't a fan of the NECA Godzilla figures. I have some of them, obviously. But, I got the 62, I got the 64, I got the 2019, I have a 2014, and I think that's it. No, I have the poster variant for Godzilla King of the Monsters. Let me rotate. Let's talk some collectibles here for these last, what is that, 13 minutes? Let's talk some collectibles here, since we're on the topic. So I got the NECA 62, NECA 64, and then of course I got the poster color variant of the 54, which really, if there's a NECA Godzilla out there that is awesome, the 54 sculpt is really good. Oh, I also have the 89 Bile Godzilla from NECA, and I have him paired with my SH Monster Arts Biolante there. Let me get the lights on for you guys. Let's turn some lights on here. Let's get a little glow effect going on. Yeah, everybody's clean. I reworked some of the shelves. So you might notice some guys are in different spots, different places. But no, I cleaned and reworked everything, and but yeah, it looks better with a little bit of light now under there, because I got the light on the underside of that shelf. So, but yeah, let me catch up on some comments here, because I'm seeing comments coming through. Let's see. Zillafan85, such a shame because NECA is great for horror and sci-fi figures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, etc. It's true that they are. Reptile 7876, do you think SH Monster Arts will make a suit-accurate Godzilla 2000? Maybe. Because that's one SH Monster Arts that I don't have. Is the Yuji Sakai Godzilla 2000 sculpt. Here's another NECA that I have. There's the 2019. And that's the Atomic Blast, or what I like to call the Baja Blast version, because the color looks like Mountain Dew Baja Blast. And then there's my NECA 2014. Yeah, so, you know what? I'm not really sure. I didn't turn the lights on this one, but I just got the lights on the main stuff back here. But it would be nice if SH Monster Arts released a suit accurate Godzilla 2000, because I know that there's a lot of people that like the suit more than the Yuji Sakai sculpt. But I want to say it's a possibility, but just the fact that it's been so long since the Yuji Sakai sculpt from SH Monster Arts, I'm not really sure if it's going to be anytime soon. Let's see, let me check up on your guys' comments. 2002 NECA Goji is awesome. I heard that was a good one. Nick Adams from the Monster Report. Better late than never. Thank you for being here. We're just talking about some collectibles. Just finished watching Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Probably going to watch some Showa next, so come over to Facebook afterwards and enjoy. I think I'm going to watch Ebirah Horror of the Deep. So come over to Facebook and enjoy the first half or first part of that movie with me, and then I'll move to Instagram for the last and final segment of Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 16. But Nick Adams, always good to have you here. Monster Report into house. Zillafan85. Zillafan85, I have the 89 NECA as well. The face doesn't look right on it. Boy, was I glad I got the Monster Arts version. Love that figure. The Monster Arts version of the 89 is beautiful. I have that figure as well, but that's the light, sound, and music version. That's not just the normal version that came out. Same sculpt pretty much, though. But yeah, I love the 89. My wife got me this for Christmas, I think. I know it was a gift from her. And I love it. The light, sound, and music Godzilla 89 is wonderful. Monster Report collection is looking squeaky clean. Dude, I know. Again, look at the shelves. There wasn't a thick layer of dust, but you can tell a difference. Yeah, I cleaned things down. Everything's nice and clean. Figures are nice and dusted off too. Everybody's happy. No complaints. My little Godzilla's getting his solar energy dancing. Which is nice having the skylight right here. Oh my god! Sorry about that, you guys. Dropped you for a minute. The way my camera... Here, I can actually show you guys in like the mirror. So what just happened was I went to go point upwards, and then this folded, like, it folds. So I can't really show you that way. But you can see that it folds. So it's on this arm, and this arm can extend to even more. Like, I'm trying to show you guys my stand. There it goes. So it can extend even taller. And then this, of course, is on a hinge up here. And then it has all those little hinges in the arms also. So basically what happened was it kind of just fell short there. And let me get that back and right to there. Back to where it was. But no, it's nice having that skylight there. Because then, you know, sunlight pretty much, not direct, but it comes through and it charges the little solar panel on this guy to where he just wobbles. perfectly the way he's supposed to. But yeah, I had a fun time cleaning all this, you guys. It was definitely a chore. Again, I hate dusting. It's very tedious for me. And again, if you put together from when I started on Monday until yesterday, altogether with the 3 to 4 hours each day before I went to work, except for yesterday. Yesterday was like 30 or 45 minutes for the last part. But you put all that together, again, it took me like 10 hours to clean everything. This shelf right here is the nightmare. This is the nightmare. Everything else really isn't too bad. It's this shelf right here that's the nightmare. Like, even the shelf that I have out here isn't bad. Like, all these guys, they're not bad. Not bad at all. But it's this shelf right here. All of these are a nightmare just because there's so much stuff on each shelf. Not necessarily the top one. There's not a lot up there. But this shelf is just a nightmare to clean because, again, I remove all the figures. So that's what it gets tedious, especially Legion here and all the little Legion army soldiers and whatnot. Very tedious stuff. So this shelf is the one that takes the longest, just because, you know, there's even stuff here around the corner, you know, mini stuff, some Pacific Rim stuff. It's very tedious. Same thing with everything down here. Wish that fell over. Let me prop that up. A little barbed wire things from like an army playset that I had years ago. This shelf, very tedious because there's a lot on it. Effect parts, figures, building and rock, you know, accessories, tanks, little tiny Mazer tanks there around Junior. Very tedious to do. Mogira, pain in the butt. Of course, with his missiles and laser accessory and stuff. Crazy. Down here, same thing. Still very tedious. Lots of figures to move, individually dust off. Bottom shelf, not too bad, you know. So the bottom and the top shelf really aren't all that terrible. It's really the middle 3 shelves that are a nightmare. Because then even off to the side over here on the top, I just have a few figures. I don't have a lot. But yeah, that shelf takes me the longest. Everything else isn't too bad. I just hate dusting. If you guys remember me mentioning, though, talking about my local store, Zia Records, someone's been bringing in some Godzilla collectibles, and there's actually been some Hedra stuff down there. I put together, since I cleaned my collection and everything, I put together a bag of trade. And so here I have a bag of trade in my Zia Records bag that I got for one day. I spent over $150 and I got a free bag. This bag, though, it's pretty heavy. A little assortment of movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, some figures. They even take some used clothing. So I have a Pacific Rim t-shirt here, Kaiju Crunch. I can live without it. So I'm trying to put together trade so I can get those Hedra figures. Or at least one of them, because they're rather expensive. So I've put together a bag full of figures, movies, yeah, a little bit of video games, and I'll see how far I get. Because I really want the Hedra figures that they have. Again, I think one of them's a CCP, and then the other one's a large-scale Marmot. The large-scale Marmot, they have priced at $300, and then the CCP one that they have priced at $200. So as you can see, kind of expensive, especially with everything else I have going on at the moment. I really can't budget that. And I don't have enough membership points to get a discount on those figures. Because to get, the way the Zia points work, you guys, is you get, every time you buy something, you get points added to your account. And the way it works is, let's say you want to buy something that's $5. If you have 5 points, you can get that item for half off. So then instead of $5, it only costs you $2.50. That's how their point system works. And I only have a little bit over 130 points right now. So I can't even get one of those Hedra figures for half off, because if to get one of them, I need to have at least 200 points. And for another one, for the other one, I have to have at least 300 points. And again, I'm only at a little over 130 points. So I'm really not that close. So I had to put together a bag of trade. If I wear a Zia Records t-shirt, you get 10% off your purchase. So the best I can do is trade, and I got to wear one of my Zia Record t-shirts, and then I just have to see how much trade I get for my stuff, which they don't really stinge you. A Zia Records is not like GameStop, you know. They're going to give you a good deal on stuff for trade. So we'll just see what happens. I really hope to bring those Hedras home sometime soon, but we'll see what happens. It's getting a little overcast. I think it's time to plug in some more lights, you guys. Am I right? I think it's time to get some more stuff going. Let's turn on some more lights here. Little overcast clouds moving in. I hope it rains again today. It rained really good yesterday. I was at work yesterday, though. So got that light on, got that light on. Let's put on the bottom portion of this shelf on, and there we go. Everything's on except for Snake Mountain over here. But yeah, so guys, we're at that 2-hour mark. Any last minute questions before I close it out here? Let me see. Monster Report, I see that FYI exclusive G-Defo. Yes. Yeah, my wife's oldest sister got me that for Christmas one year. Really fun. And then I eventually picked up the Ghidorah. So really cool. Man, really cool right there with the color. Man, and you know what? That actually looks really cool. I'm not going to lie. Monster Report, you have any other defos? No, I don't. I'm not the biggest fan of defo stuff. I'm not a Funko Pop guy. Never really was a fan of Funko Pops. D4 Real, X Plus D4 Reals, they're okay, but I think that's just X Plus's Funko Pop basically. It's an X Plus Funko Pop, or the D4 Real, or Defo Reals, or D4 Reals, however you want to pronounce it. But never was really a fan of that stuff. So I don't. I mean, the only things that I have that are related are those FYE figures. So yeah, no, really wasn't into that. Zillafan85, very cool lighting display. I definitely hope you enjoy some Godzilla versus the Sea Monster hot take, but I actually really enjoy the film. It's one of my favorites. I love Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. So, yeah. No, got some lights on here. And let me just sit down so I can close it out. If anybody has any last-minute questions, though, feel free to ask. I am here. But let's get this sat back down here and probably thinking about closing out here pretty soon. So... Monster Report, gonna see Godzilla vs. Kong on the big screen returning tomorrow? I am not. Don't have the time. Tomorrow's actually my dad's birthday. So guys, shout out to my dad, the one who got me started on this crazy journey basically when I was 3 years old. Happy birthday to him. It's his birthday tomorrow, so we're gonna be celebrating, going out to dinner, stuff like that. Plus, like I stated early, I have an eye appointment tomorrow, so I'm going to be getting some new glasses soon. So I actually have a busy day tomorrow. But I'm next week, you guys. Again, I'm still unsure. Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 17, maybe on Thursday. Might do it on Friday though. So we'll just see. come this next Monday. Of course, you guys will see the posts. So whatever day I choose, that's what's going to be on. And hopefully we have the War of the Gargantuas soundtrack from Waxworks Records. It didn't get here today. That's okay. It'll be here most likely in between now and next week's show. So anyway, you guys, let me catch up on these comments here. Nick, you will be. Enjoy it, man. You guys all enjoy that movie. Godzilla vs. Kong is fun to watch on the big screen. Let's see, Zillafan85, if you decide to ever get an Ebra vinyl, I recommend the YMSF figure. Well, the YMSF figure is great. I have that X Plus favorite sculptors line coming in. That's going to be coming in soon. And I actually have the 25 centimeter X Plus. So I'm going to have that Ebra, and of course there's the Godzilla, and then I'm getting that favorite sculptors line Godzilla and Ebra set. So that's going to be coming in hopefully sometime soon. I heard it got delayed, which is weird because I always thought it was scheduled to release in September anyway. So I don't know what the delay is about, because I don't think it was scheduled to come out in August anyway. I think it was supposed to come out in September this whole time. So that's going to be coming in. But the YMSF figure, I have seen it. It is really cool. And let me see here. See, thank you guys for the happy birthdays. I will let him know. I will let him know for sure. So thank you for the birthday wishes for him. He will greatly appreciate it. So anyway, you guys, let's just close it out here. Like always, you guys, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe here on the YouTube channel. Atomic Blast that notification bell. Don't forget to like and follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Facebook, where I will be next. If you guys haven't, Atomic Blast that like button already. Even though it's the end of the stream, you can still go back and rewatch it. It was a good stream today, or at least for the first segment. Again, Kaiju Chill Clock's not over. We're continuing the party next on Facebook Live. So, don't forget to like and follow over on Facebook. And then, of course, don't forget to follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Instagram. And, of course, after I'm done on Facebook, that's where I do the third and final segment of Kaiju Chill Clock. So, episode 16, it's not over. But thank you guys for being here for the first segment. Great engagement. Zillafan85, Gojira851, Reptile7876. All you guys, thank you so much. Nick Adams from Monster Report, thank you for chiming in here at the very end. Always appreciate to see you come through. Monster Report, hear about the new restaurant. It's called Karma. There's no menu. You get what you deserve. Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. Gojira851, it's at 9 likes. It shows that on my end too. Guys, thank you guys so much again for another awesome first segment of Kaiju Chill Clock. Thank you for being here with me live for episode 16. Again, episode 16 is not over. We're going to continue on Facebook Live next. Give me a little time to get some stuff together, top off my drink, and we'll be over there momentarily on Facebook Live, and we will watch Ebra Horror of the Deep, Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. We'll watch the first half. We'll watch up until the first fight. And once the first fight's over, then I'll move over to Instagram, and then we'll finish Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster over there. So, all right, you guys. Thank you for watching. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got? GUD Fighting. Hey, do you have SH Monster Arts figures? Yes, I do. Feel free to look at my channel and check out reviews, but I do. A lot of them are spread out over in here. But I do have a lot of SH Monster Arts figures. But closing out this segment, you guys, so if you want, follow me over to Facebook. I'll be there live momentarily on Godzilla Fan Freaks. And we will continue Kaiju Chill Clock episode 16 with segment number 2. So again, you guys, thank you guys for being here for the first segment with me live. And if we don't see you on the next 2 segments, we'll see you next week. All right, you guys, have a good one. Godzilla Fan Freaks, over and out.